Hey guys, and welcome back to Pro Speed Baseball. Now today I've got a great before and after for you guys to answer some of the questions we've had about our unlimited online review program, which is an online instruction program we have through Pro Speed Baseball. And the biggest question we get is, can I actually get better with online coaching? Can I get better without having my coach right there with me telling me what to do? Well, the answer here today is absolutely. Not only can we get better, we can excel to high levels by getting the proper information and working on the proper things at the proper times. The Pro Speed Baseball students have a game plan every single time they go out to practice, and I'm going to show you here in today's before and after video with our Pro Speed Baseball student Owen how he developed big league mechanics just within a short time with our unlimited online review program. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so one big thing I want you to keep in mind when you're watching this at home is that Owen is 7 years old. And you know, a lot of the students we get at Pro Speed Baseball come in and they're quite a bit older than Owen here. And they ask the question, can I really get my swing better with this, online instruction? And, we have a 7-year-old student here. And because he's done a very good, diligent job at following the game plans that we've laid out for him as we've gone through and developed his swing, we're going to see just some great changes. But keep in mind, 7 years old, developing great swing mechanics just in a short period of time here. So what we're going to go into is we're going to go over some big pieces that Owen and I went over to get his swing looking this good over here that we're seeing over here on the left. And one of the first big things we saw from his initial swing, which you're seeing over here on the left, is a lot of head movement. We saw a lot of head movement coming around in the swing, and we'll go ahead and take him through here click by click, and you're going to see his eyes, let's go ahead and zoom in here even a little bit more, got really twisty, a lot of head movement. This is very common in almost every level of baseball, mostly in the younger levels, but having still eyes, being very focused in on the ball is extraordinarily important for hitting. I'm sure we've all heard it, see the ball, hit the ball. That is one of the most basic fundamentals of baseballs is seeing the ball. If our eyes are moving around like this, it makes it very difficult. Now we can see over here in the after video how nice and rock steady Owen's head has gotten just with some drills and stuff that we've gone over specifically, and he worked through them like we're supposed to, slow to fast, and has gotten a very rock solid head through his swing. And this was a very big change for his swing. And this is one of the big core issues which actually helped clean up a lot of other issues in his swing. So a lot of the things that we work on with our students, especially right off the bat, are the big core issues of the swing. There's a lot of things in instruction that really kind of focus in on the symptoms of core issues. So Owen was turning his head very hard in his swing, which caused him to fly open quite a bit. And when we got that calmed down, it kind of went down the chain. His body started to get a little bit calmer, a little bit more efficient. Speed was happening more in the right places. But the main thing to take from this, guys, is that if we are concentrating on the core issues, then we can alleviate the majority of the symptoms that happen from inadequate fundamentals. So for you guys there at home that are checking yourself on camera when you're swinging, if you see a lot of head movement, really work on keeping that head nice and steady and keeping those eyes nice and still. Now taking that right into our lower half mechanics, we're talking about core pieces of our swing right now that have really allowed Owen to develop really good action in his swing. We'll just go ahead and just show the basic shape that we'd like to see when we're coming into contact, and more importantly into the full finish. We can see when he gets into his full finish over on the left versus his full finish over here on the right, we're seeing a much different shape with our lower half mechanics. Over here on the left, we're seeing a very bent front leg, kind of an extended back leg, and our weight has very much leaned into the back side of our stance. And then over here on the left, just by working on things that we talk about in the fundamentals of the pro finish, in the hitting system, we have a very straight front leg, a nice flex back leg, nice and up, very light on the back foot, and we can now see that our weight is nice and stacked over the center of our stance, even a little bit more towards the front of our stance, because he's already completed his weight shift at this point, and there is a little bit of resettling in the weight shift when we get into the finish of our swing. Now moving into the before and after on the down the line view, we're going to see one of the biggest pieces that we can see in the swing. Guys, if you don't take anything else from this video, take this, and this is one of the most crucial pieces that I've seen in hitting, and that is having good hand positioning. Now, we are going to want to keep our hands in what we call the vertical toe line. We talk about this a lot in the hitting system, and I'm sure if you guys have seen a lot of the videos that you've heard me talk about this vertical toe line. We'll go ahead and draw his here, and Owen has just done a fantastic job with getting his hands in front of this line and keeping them in front of this line throughout the entire swing. I mean, just unbelievably good. We can see here in the before video, he had a really big typical wind up here. We'll zoom in here. We can see those hands get really buried behind that toe line. And guys, this makes it extremely difficult to get consistent, and we're not really gaining much, if at all, any speed here from getting wound up by getting twisted. And you can see here, this is just making him kind of fight to play catch up, starting to fly open a little bit, and then, you know, this causes a lot of those kind of strikes you're seeing right there, where we get inconsistent strikes, our swing timing gets off, you know, everything's not coming together at the, you know, the times that we'd like to see them come together. And we'll look over here at the after swing, and we'll take a look at his hands here in the end of his load. When his front foot gets down, you can just see the change. Let me go ahead and take him back to his end of his load here in his before swing. We can see, guys, a very, very big difference here. We'll zoom in here. And here we can see in the before video, we are behind the toe line. In the after video, we are in front of the toe line. We're just going to see just such a much cleaner move to the ball. Right here, hands going to the ball from in front of the vertical toe line. Very, very nicely done. I mean, just beautiful. And he's been very, very consistent with this, getting into the nice balance finish. And he hits lots of balls. And just like you see that right there, guys, right off the barrel, backspin, right up through the center of the cage. The main thing to take away from this is that we've got a 7-year-old just with his hands in front of the vertical toe line, making great swings and being extremely consistent with his contact through the middle of the field. And we've gone from a full game speed swing over here on the left to a full game speed swing over here on the right, with just unbelievably different and efficient mechanics within a very short period of time. So what we're going to do now, just real quick here, is put Owen up against Mike Trout, one of the best hitters playing in the big leagues right now, and just show you these big league mechanics that he's working with. We're going to see some really similar positions. I actually mentioned this in one of Owen's reviews, that he has some similar moves to Mike Trout. We'll look at this real quick right here. We can see Mike Trout, hands well in front of his vertical toe line, just like we're seeing Owen. We'll go ahead and take him into his load stride position right here, right when that front foot gets down. We'll do the same thing here with Owen. So what we're going to do here is we're going to see Mike Trout's hands go to the ball from well in front of the vertical toe line, just like you're seeing Owen right here. Both guys getting into a very nice bat lag position right here, with the bat staying well inside the hand, so that bat can now be released with a ton of speed in through the ball, in through contact. And we're seeing, again, very, very similar positions between a 7-year-old and one of the best hitters in the big leagues right now. So can you get better from online instruction? Well, if you're anything like Owen here, willing to put in a little bit of time, a little bit of work on the right things at the right time, the answer is absolutely yes. Now guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, stay tuned. We got a great bonus video coming up for you that's going to show you how to build instant tight bat lag to be able to utilize that bat like a tool and maximize your swing speed and really take care of some of the biggest issues that we see in the transition of the baseball swing. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We're going to play a preview of that video here at the end of the video. If you want to check that out, click on the iCard that pops up in the upper right hand portion of your screen, and we will talk to you guys soon.
Today, I'm going to show you the #1 move that kills bat lag. But most importantly, we're going to do a drill that will instantly give you a tight transition into bat lag and have your swing looking drastically better today. The move that I'm talking about here is when we're going into our transition and the bat lays down, and now the only thing that we have to rely on for bat speed is our pure strength. From Mike Trout, he does this really, really well. You'll see as we pause him here in the max bat lag position, his barrel is really high, and you can see that it's barely dipping into that line. You can imagine if this was a nail and this bat was a hammer, if I was trying to hammer this nail in like this would be kind of like me dumping the bat. But if I'm letting this hammer swing and slam into this ball over and over again, I'm going to be very, very efficient. Now, I'm sure you guys are ready for it by now. Let's go ahead and dive into the wall drill. All right, guys, here we go, the wall drill.